Good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day and I've got to go off to work in a minute. I did do a little video last night, but I was a bit emotional, so you probably don't want to watch that. But it was along the lines of healing isn't linear. It's not, it doesn't just improve and improve and improve and eventually you're over it. Healing comes in cycles, and quite often we can think that we've moved on or we've developed or we're stronger, and then something happens and triggers us. And then we're sat there thinking, really? I thought I dealt with this, or I thought I was over this, or I thought I was further on than this. And there's a few ways of looking at it. It can be that yes, you have dealt with it, and in your general day-to-day, you're perfectly fine and you're functioning and you're head above the water. But then when something smacks you that reminds you of your pain or whatever your trigger is, then if you're feeling tired, particularly emotional, there can be other factors that are involved that stop you from having a more controlled reaction, and you can feel like you've just broken down again and you're back to square one. But I think the truth is we have to continually keep going around these cycles until we feel that we are in a more stable place. And sometimes it's just a case of acknowledging that that pain or that sadness is still there and just allowing it to be, and that's it. And then it might just move through you, and there's no need to cause drama or react in it, or to give it substance, but just to allow it to go through you. So yesterday, something happened on my way home from a nice day out. We had a really nice day out, and it just brought all this emotion back up of the past and various things, and total sadness, and I just sat there thinking, I thought I was done with this, but it's okay. You can give yourself compassion and you can breathe through these things, and you can also look at how far you've come, and that is really important to do in times when you feel like you haven't moved, because you definitely have. If you're doing your inner work and you're facing things that come up, you definitely have moved, and you definitely have healed very certain aspects of yourself. But we get these knockbacks and we get these triggers, and I guess what I'm saying is they're okay. You haven't necessarily gone backwards, and maybe just how you deal with it is different. Maybe you just allow yourself to have a cry and let it just come out in tears or emotions, and then acknowledge it and let it go. And the other thing that I kind of thought as I was sitting in bed last night was, no one else can do that work for you. You have to do it. It is an inner work. You have to go and revisit that pain. You have to acknowledge that it's there. No one else can really see it. They might see the symptoms of it, if you feel sad or you're angry or whatever, but only you can do that work. And the image that I had was, if I fell asleep and somebody came in and painted my face blue, and I woke up unaware of this, and then somebody came and told me, oh, your face is blue, what would be my reaction? Would I be like, oh, thank you for telling me that, I 100% believe you? Or do I instinctively want to pick up a mirror and check, oh yeah, my face is blue? And the the concept of that was, it doesn't matter if somebody comes to you and tells you you're good enough, you're worthy, you're whole, you're complete, whatever. You have to know that within you in order for your actions and the way that you hold yourself in life to correlate with that. So there's no point somebody external from you coming and saying things, or coming and trying to improve your situation with words or actions. At the end of the day, the only thing that's going to work is you going to your own mirror and seeing that as truth, as fact. That is my reflection. That is who I am, and I believe it. Here it is. Here's the truth in the mirror. I am worthy. I am strong. I am, whatever it is, you insert your own words. But no amount of external influences can penetrate what needs to be dealt with within your own soul. And that's what we call, the shadow work, or the inner work. It's got to be done by you. And only when you start to believe and uncover all the untruths that have been spoken about you, that's when you're going to see real change. And that's when you're going to start responding to life in a different way, and responding to relationships in a different way, and responding to friendships and situations and new challenges. You're not going to be retreating away and cowering away from challenges when you know and you've learnt how capable and how wonderful and how worthy you are, and you know it as truth, you know it as fact. And you can only do that when you take a good long look at yourself. And that's what was coming to me yesterday, so often we can feel like we want to embrace, fill this void. What is it, with things, and at the end of the day, solitude and sometimes just coming away from the crowd and just going, heart, what's in there? What am I not seeing? What do I really need to look at? And get the magnifying glass and just take a look. It might be that it's just a few little things. Sometimes healing, like I say, it goes in cycles, and you may have done a lot of work, but there's just these few little weeds that need picking up sometimes, or reminders of things that you dealt with, and you just have to go, nope, I've done that. I know that isn't true, or I know I'm strong enough, worthy enough, whatever it is, and really believe it. It's got to be done first by you. And then what will happen then when you really, really know what's in there and who you are and what you're all about, and you know your truth, then when an untruth comes at you, you'll be, it'll be much easier to swipe away and go, no, that's not true. That is not the truth. It doesn't resonate with what I know about myself. And so I think that's what you call alignment. It's not that suddenly this path appears because you've done this amazing stuff and it's magical. It just simply is that things that don't match up to what you know. So therefore you don't go down that path. You don't follow that path. It doesn't appeal to you anymore, because you're working from the inner knowing of what's truth. And I guess that's where the growth comes in. And I guess that's like, okay, let's say, for example, if I'm thinking I'm unworthy, I'm not worth much, I'm only worth, this shallow amount of love, affection, whatever it may be, or I only deserve a job that's, this challenging, or if those are my internal beliefs, then I will accept those things and just only those things, because that's what I'm comfortable with, that's what resonates. If you raise the bar within and you start going, oh, actually, no, I want to do this, and I want this challenge, and I can accomplish that, and I can do that, and I know I'm strong, I've found this strength, I know I'm worthy, so that's what I'm after now, and then when those things come, you don't shy away from them and push them away, because I think those opportunities are always there. It's about whether you have the alignment to them to go, yeah, I can do that, I can go after that, I can accept that, and that's the alignment. It's you aligning with a deeper sense of knowing how wonderful you actually are. And the more, it's not, egotistical, like I'm amazing. It's just knowing your own strength of character, knowing your own desires, knowing what you need, and not not bowing away when those opportunities come at you, or making excuses. You know, that's your limiting beliefs. But going, okay, you know, and it's not that there won't be fear at the gate. There might still be fear of, oh, last minute of, no, am I sure? Am I sure I believe this about myself? Am I sure I'm ready for this task? Am I sure I'm ready for this challenge? There will be fear, but once you push past that and then prove, yes, I was right, then you're ready to grow into that new surrounding, that new element, that new experience, and enjoy it for all that it's worth, because it's really what you want, but you haven't allowed yourself to go there before, because you haven't really believed that that's for you or available to you. Let's do that. Oh. Anyway, have a nice day.